was sitting here thinking about this situation. Like, I know this situation got to do with unaliving. I know this situation got to do with hurting people. This situation got to do with sacrificing folk. But how do I feel about the situation? I feel like it's a job application for the spiritual. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's a century struggle. You gotta ask yourself, what is a century struggle? What's the purpose of a century struggle? For real. It feel like just like the Cinderella story. I feel like these stories, are contract for God kids. I know that much. But it's like, it's bigger than, it's like our actions here during this process is what count. Let me give it to you like this. Let's say you do supposed to get a love or something and live a normal life. It might not come until your last 10 to 20 years. If it come. And it might come before. But I'ma just say, let's say it comes in your last 10 to 20 years of your life. It was like, this whole thing was an application for a spiritual job. That's the way it feels. So when you look at it like that, when I started looking at it like that, it stopped bothering me altogether. Because I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Could be assumption, I don't know. But it's just certain hints I got over there in the spiritual. Growing up. It's like, even Jesus stuff was a contract. It's like they contract, they like contracts or something like that. So Jesus was gonna have to die anyway. If Jesus wouldn't have died, we wouldn't have been able to be forgiven for our sin. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like a process. It's a process of something greater. It's a process to do something greater. And it's a process to be something greater, but it just ain't gonna be in this lifetime. I mean, from what I understand, I got one of the best contracts because they end better than everybody else. Everybody else, they left. They had to leave once their mission was done. But in my case, I might get to stay here and chop it up with a twin or a twin flame for a while before I get out of here. And it was like, I seen the other, I can't remember none of the other contracts, but I seen the other contracts and they all passed away. They all left after they did what they had to do. Jesus was the more fulfilling when it came to his actions when God told him to do something. That's how I know I'm not Jesus, because I done screwed up that part. And like Jesus was more obedient somehow, accurately. And why I said we can't feel. I talked to God about that though. He said this is a perverse world. And basically saying don't compare yourself. So I just do my best to get my best to God. So because it's not about this situation, what you're gonna get out of it, you're gonna get stuff, that. It ain't about none of that. It's about saving souls, putting things back on track, and getting people out of these situations that didn't never deserve to be in these situations. Helping people find themselves, giving people a fair opportunity to have a better life. And whatever this is, it's hurting the rich and the poor, especially of my people, because it's like you get rich, you get sacrificed once you got rich, and for the poor, if you're a good person trying to live in the right lane, you get sacrificed. So it's like something off scale, it's something off here, you know, and it's so twisted and perverse. I thought it had messed me up so bad when I was younger. I thought, oh, when you find God, you get killed. A lot of us think like that. Anybody talking about it, but it just seems like that. But that ain't it neither. It's just something perverse in that situation, bro. Not saying you find God, you're supposed to live this magnificent life, but it's saying, but you ain't supposed to be tortured for finding God neither, you know. So it's like, in this situation, when it comes down to the physical plane, it's like, It's about helping. It's about helping people keep their head up, strive for better, find out what's really going on, break generational curses, live through the midst of all that, understand and learn from your trials and tribulations. It's a lot in it if you accept it for what it is and not run. Cause when you run, you gotta pack your bag, you gotta get your money up to run, then you gotta find somebody you can run to. If not, you gotta get ready to stay on the street for a while. You gotta look over your shoulder. You gotta do all this stuff that all of our missions on earth can't be that way. So it's like, okay, that's why I accepted it. I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna accept it 'cause I ain't running no more. I'm tired of running. I remember running past lifetimes or something. I ain't finna go nowhere. I'm tired of this shit. So I just accepted it and embraced it. And that's why I really verbally express myself the way I do. I ain't as bad as y'all make it out. But I know that's like the excuse y'all gotta use because of this situation, because somebody buried me. And you gotta go through the process. Somebody unalive me and did something. And you just gotta go through the process. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And it don't matter to me, 'cause I ain't had nobody no way. So I'm enjoying the fact sitting back and watching my ancestors and watching God work, 'cause it's like before this, I believed in God, but I didn't believe in God. I was searching for God, but it got to the point where I was like, why am I searching for something that might not even be real? So now in this situation, I know for a fact God is real, because it's like I'm getting information about this human mechanism on this piece or whatever, but I'm walking through it at the same time. And you can walk through that with God and embrace that. Jesus was on this. Jesus was just higher vibrational than I was, because I can already tell, because it's a store in the Astro. And I just found out, I knew it, but I didn't know it, but I just found out it's like a healing purchase Jesus got in that store. If you reach that healing part in that store, you can heal anything. I'm guessing that's how it go. But I ain't reached that level yet. But it's a healing thing you can purchase at that store. And y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, some of y'all do. The high ups know. I know how I know they know. Because the way they move like they in the pizza. That's how I know. I don't want to say too much. I don't need y'all bothering me no more. I'm tired of getting bothered right now. I need a break from all that. But they know. High up 1%, all of them know. They know, and I try not to explain so much about it because it might be detrimental in the wrong hands. I was gonna put it in a book, but I don't know how that book thing. The Astro talking a little different about the book right now. But anyway, it was like somebody. I don't know who derailed us and who set us off. It wasn't my let's say my team of bad guys that was supposed to crush me. They were supposed to put me on my course, and that's what they did. It was like the new end. It was like all these other interferences. They just kept, people I ain't never met and don't know. It's like they just, I don't know what the hell. And then the people who kept messing with my technology, the people who interfered with my music. Cause like I was supposed to make an album. I did some of it for Jesus. And he did something like that. Where them songs come from? A lot of them songs came from Jesus. Y'all stole the music. So they tell y'all asses up. You know. And I'm like, these people crazy. Because I never knew that. I used to hear old folks say that, don't steal from me. They used to say that. Y'all remember too. You probably just ain't been to yourself long enough to start thinking and remembering how you had conversations with your grandparents. But back in the day, my grandparents used to say, older people used to say, don't steal from people like that, because you steal from God. I ain't know what they talking about. I do now. You steal from God, it's over. They'll shut you down and just torture that person's life. Especially when it comes to Jesus, bro. God ain't finna play with nothing. God don't play about nothing, kid, but boy, Jesus, Jesus on a whole nother level compared to what y'all know about Jesus. Jesus on a whole nother level. And that's why I can easily tell you, I know I ain't Jesus. You He could probably use this vessel or whatever, but Jesus on a whole Jesus on a whole nother level, bro. Jesus amped up, bro. You think God, God, when Jesus finished his mission successfully like he did, you best know God gave his son the best birthday in his life that he'll probably ever witness again, bro. Jesus is amped up. Jesus is amped up, bro. Ain't nobody dealing with Jesus. Jesus off the chain. I want to explain it, but they told me not to talk about this, though. I ain't gonna talk about that. I see why. But that's how I look at this situation. This situation, bro, it's more like a job application for what I don't know. It's something for the spiritual though, and it's like my higher self getting geeked up, the right way because of all the sacrifices I made and all the good that I'm trying to do on a daily basis, and it's like ancestors are being freed in the spiritual. Not just mine. I've been surpassed my ancestors. I think like some of y'all ancestors and stuff. That's how it works. That's why y'all ancestors turn on you for me. Cause y'all, how many of y'all ancestors have y'all actually saved out of hell? You didn't know you could do that, did you? Yeah, how many? What you think this is for? Like, what you think breaking generational curses could be for? Y'all with hell eternity, yeah. But what's an eternity to you and what's an eternity to God is two different eternities. It's like what's a lifetime in the physical? A lifetime in the physical and prison is like an eternity in the spiritual. So they can get out. So how long you gonna keep on repeating the generational curses and not helping your own ancestors? What else I'm gonna do? Y'all can't save me. Can't nobody save me, but God already know what we've done. I know the process of this stuff. Can't nobody bend up. I don't know if nobody can go around it. I mean, of course, God could, but I wouldn't want God to do that. I want to go through it like everybody else gotta go through. So while I'm stuck here, I just help God out in the astro. Them stupid old texts got in my way, though. I gotta get out my feelings about them. I don't even really want to talk about them, none of that. I'm disappointed that people even had curricular activity like that. And then it just made me so uninterested. And I'm like, what the earth got going on, bro? Now I see why y'all kept making fast calls and stuff. Y'all was too busy over there in the toilet bowl. I'm gonna shut up. See, I get to running my mouth. See, I gotta get my life together. See, I got a problem, bro. You see, I keep running my mouth. It just slide out. I just be like, man, y'all got all that money, bro. You ain't did nothing, bro. You ain't doing nothing, bro. Like, you in people toilet bowl, man. That's embarrassing by itself, bro. Like, just the fact that you in somebody else's toilet bowl. It's like, what? Oh, so this is why you stuck and binded? I know, like, you could be binded, bro. Some people got families and everything. Y'all got things y'all could do with people. You can have fun with your friends. You can have fun with your family. You can take them to the park. You can travel. You can do all this stuff. But you just sit. It's just like, I don't know. I don't even want to speak on it. Then everybody gonna think I'm talking about them. But I done seen it my whole life. I didn't do it. My ex-wife now, they had to put me in this situation. I was always gone. Go look it up. Go research it. If somebody can finally tell you, how else could I build a studio and make businesses and stuff? You can't create businesses and do stuff like that sitting down watching somebody else's life go by. And I can prove that I've been going through this my whole life. I used to have this saying. I used to have to tell people. I made up a saying because I kept noticing people watching me growing up. So I purposely go to these people's houses or go around these people just so they can run their mouth. Because, we know that they're going to always run their mouth, old or young. And I tell them, I say, They say you go hell, you gonna get killed. They say you get killed. They say this and they say that. I say, well, I bet I go there and stay there 10 years and I lose everything. I say I lose everything and I come back. And then he gonna say, and then what you gonna say? He gonna say, I told you so. I said, but yeah, you gonna be still in that same house or that same apartment, sitting in that same spot. I ain't experienced nothing. And in 10 years, I just went around the world and back. And I'm right back in my place here and still doing better than you. I ain't shut up. I kept saying that. I went around people's house purposely doing it. That's why I told y'all, telling y'all, I know y'all got the cameras in. I ain't got to tell nobody. Ain't nobody come visit me. I ain't having 3 lovers in my life. They dead and gone, y'all. I try to tell y'all. Everything else I told y'all, y'all looked into it is true. So it's all true. These ain't stories. I act goofy because I was broken to the point of where I had to laugh at the pain. I ain't expecting none of y'all really. I just like to enjoy the game. I already know I got all I need. I got God. I don't need nobody else. Shit, when they turned my life upside down, it wasn't nobody supposed to save me and look out for me and help me because I was always helping myself. The only way they could have got me was through my lovers. And that's why I said, why would somebody be so quick to jump in that when you already did? By the grace of God, me running my mouth, found out love has been doing it. And that's wrong. But do you care? Is you caring? Or you just worried about the dollars looking over your shoulder? I ain't never that's one thing I hated about the street. I might have been good at it, but I hated looking over my shoulder. And it's like, some of y'all were dime pieces, bro. Y'all purposely put yourself in a position to look over your shoulder. Like, ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool about that. Cause I know fucking with me, you looking over your shoulder. My ancestors don't play. I can look at your video. I don't look at YouTube like that no more. But let's say I want to go look at a certain tarot person, and I text them and they doing a live, and I say my ancestors right there where your tree at, and that damn tree will start shaking. You know they had the little trees and the damn thing will start shaking, bro. Like I'm that close with my ancestors. Ain't nobody playing with y'all out there. I've been utilizing my ancestors since the hood. I realized I ain't need a 9mm to shoot at you. All I gotta do is shoot Satan at you. And it's over. And y'all can do it too, but you gotta elevate. You gotta put in work to elevate. And for me, you stole my energy. It's funny because I always gotta use this as an example. It's like somebody took Jesus and Satan float and swap them up. It's like all you gotta do is sit back and watch everybody be destroyed, bro. Cause it's like the Father God, I go look at, man, it's like, bro, y'all crazy out there, bro. That's how you know y'all learned too much and skipped the basics. Let's say this the chessboard. God looking at this guy's game. It trees God looking at the chessboard. And they say y'all losers got together and did this. You know what I'm saying? Just swap the whole chessboard. It's like y'all just switched the table around, bro. I'm like, I ain't the smartest person in the world, bro. I ain't even got you done look me up. And I'm like, this is what happens when you skip the basic and you learn stuff you shouldn't be learning before you know the basic of it. It's like y'all took the chessboard and just swapped it around and gave Jesus Satan pieces, the guys and Satan Jesus pieces. And all we gotta do is sit around. I seen people do that in the street, but we were all young then. All you gotta do is sit back. It take a while. It's like 5 to 7 to 10 years. It's like the crimes here that you get here, I noticed that too. Like whatever crimes you get here, it literally take whatever time they give you here, it literally takes that long for them to fix it in the spiritual. So it's like whatever they going by came from spiritual. Whatever they going by came from spiritual. I hate that. I even gonna talk about it. I ain't got time to talk about it. But whatever they're going by came from spiritual practices, obviously. Because it's like the time that the judge, he'll give you in the physical, it's like it takes literally that long in the spiritual to fix it. So it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know what hell somebody did. It's like, I'm going to court. No, it's court in the spiritual. I don't know about in the physical, but I know it's court going on in the spiritual. And I'm enjoying it because I ain't got nothing to do. My family here, they're just in the spiritual, you know. I had other family members. Ain't nobody owned up yet to this situation. Why would I even waste my time to deal with any of them? Because everybody knew about it. Ain't nobody came and said, I apologize, man. I got caught up in I did that. Ain't nobody even thought about it. So why do I gotta worry about it? You get what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when it comes down to people saying you gotta do that, I ain't gotta do nothing. Them stories you been hearing about me ain't true. You ain't gonna. You just continue to watch my yard. Ain't nobody finna come in my yard dealing with me like that. They might come in the yard, hey, speak, boom, gone. That's it. I mean, we gonna always have to see each other. Ain't no sense in me cussing them out. Cause for me to have this kind of peace in my neighborhood this way, I already done checkmated everybody. People know not to cross me like that. If I go up to them or if they come up to me and speak to me and see how I'm doing, if I just snap, I'm just being a bully at this rate. I ain't doing that. I'm not sharing energy with them. They can't take no energy from me. I ain't getting that from me. So I'm saying, I done been through this, right? You ain't gotta treat people. You ain't gotta get in that ratchet mode. Sometimes, even when we feel like we know better, we still get in that ratchet mode. You ain't gotta do that. When you was forcefully stuck in your South Node like I was, you learn to address things differently because you're gonna always have to deal with these people, the same people who've been torturing your whole life. It's meant to be because it's an experiment. The experiment is meant for you to commit homicide or suicide, period. It wasn't meant for you to survive in. So I done been around these people in this situation my whole life. They just gonna deny it. And then just start over another quarter. Start as loops. Y'all know what I'm talking about out there. You know what I'm talking about out there without me even saying, you know what I'm saying? Throwing certain organizations, you know, these loops, they kept me in these loops because they've been taking, bro. But, you know, they trying to work on a lot of them trying to work on it. But when you keep somebody like me in a loop like that, you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to deal with it another way. And I feel better now that I learned how to deal with it God's way. Because it was the last thing I figured. I done tried everything in these loops. From, you don't even want to know what I done tried on these people. It's like I done been in the loop so long, I got to experiment back on them just like they experimented on me. And it's like the best thing that I could have tried, the best thing that I tried and I finally got around to was dealing with it the way God want me to deal with it. It's like I literally had a chance to deal with it in every way fashionable in this one lifetime just for being in loops. And the best way was to deal with it the way God wanted me to deal with it. And I'm enjoying it. Because God letting me see the process. So, I'm enjoying every bit of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm growing without the finer things in life. I'm growing without needing money. I'm growing without needing support. I'm growing without food. I'm growing without a lover, a person to talk to. I'm evolving the right way, just solely off of God alone. And shit, for me,